All right, listen up. If you're a creator out there trying to build something that actually matters, this is for you. We're gonna tear into 7 truths that might sting a little, but trust me, they could completely change the game for you.
You know the drill, right? You're doing all the work. You're meditating, you're scripting those affirmations, you're trying to pump out all the positive energy you can possibly muster, thinking that if you can just align your frequency,
Then boom, the universe will just hand it to you. The views will pour in, the subs will just show up out of nowhere, and your channel will finally explode. It's a nice little fantasy, isn't it? But then, night comes. You're scrolling, right? Late at night, and you see everyone else's wins. And that familiar feeling, that pit in your stomach, that sense of being stuck just creeps right back in. Where did all that positive vibe stuff go? Why does it just disappear?
Look, here's the thing. The problem isn't your effort. It's not that you're lazy or you're not talented. The problem is your perspective. You're just looking at this whole creative game all wrong. So let's fix that, starting right now.
So, first up, let's talk about the 2 biggest anchors dragging you down. All that baggage from your past and the identity you've chained yourself to in the present.
Okay, first things first, we need to talk about karma. But forget everything you think you know. It is not some cosmic judge keeping score. Think of it more like your personal operating system. It's the sum of all your memories, all your data, from your most ancient, primal instincts all the way up to your family history. It's just the software you're running on.
And this is where it gets really interesting. What do you do with all those past failures? You know, the videos that totally flopped, the projects that just died on the vine. You probably see all that stuff as, well, dung. Something embarrassing to clean up and forget. But the truth? That dung is fertilizer. It is the literal nutrient that's gonna make everything you do from now on grow so much stronger.
And that brings us to truth number 2. The single most dangerous thing you can do as a creator is willingly, consciously locking yourself in a tiny little box.
yeah, I'm talking about those identity tags we wear. The YouTuber, the short-form artist, the niche creator. We wear them like they're these badges of honor, right? But what they're really doing is building a cage, piece by piece. They create this us versus them bubble and completely stop you from evolving.
All right, so let's dig into the emotional core of all this. We're gonna tackle why you feel pain as a creator and what passion really, truly is. So what's causing all your creative pain? You think it's the algorithm, right? Or that one nasty comment, or a client that just ghosted you. But that's not it. The real source of your pain is the non-stop disaster movie playing in your head. It's a double feature, you know? The horror film of your past mistakes and the apocalyptic blockbuster of your future fears, playing on a loop 24/7. And this quote from Sadhguru just hits so hard. If you are in pain when you're alone, you are in bad company. Think about that. If you can't stand to be alone with your own mind, it's because you're locked in a room with a pretty terrible roommate. The pain isn't coming from out there, it's coming from in here, always. And this ties directly into the whole idea of passion. Because let's be honest, so many creators are just on this endless, exhausting hunt for validation. We say we love making stuff, but a lot of the time, what we really mean is we love the likes, the comments, the subs, that quick hit of feeling seen. But real passion? That's something else entirely. It's a state of being you cultivate inside yourself. It's a sweetness in your own emotions. And when you have that, you don't create to get something from your audience. You create because you're so full of joy that it has to overflow. You just have to share it. It becomes a gift, not a transaction. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. We're diving into the 2 biggest mental traps for every single creator. That chaos happening between your ears and our collective obsession with metrics. So you've probably heard all this advice about, stopping your thoughts or clearing your mind. That is terrible advice for a creator. Your intellect is your greatest tool. Trying to shut it down would be like devolution. It's going backwards, not forwards. So no, the goal is not to stop thinking. The real job is to build a foundation inside yourself that's so stable, so solid, that you can create some space between you and your thoughts. From there, you get to drive your intellect. You're in the driver's seat, instead of being taken for a wild, chaotic ride by it.
And that brings us to growth. The entire creator economy feels like it's built on just comparing yourself to the next channel, right? Are my numbers as good as theirs? That's like polishing your apples to make them shinier than your neighbors while your own tree's roots are rotting. Forget the shiny fruit. The real goal is to nourish the roots of your own creative life.
And this all leads us to our final truth. And honestly, this might be the most important one. It's about your sharpest, most powerful tool, and how you're probably using it to cut yourself.
Okay, I want you to picture your intellect, your mind, your ability to analyze and break things down as a razor-sharp knife. And everything you do to get better, every tutorial you watch, every book you read, you're just making that knife sharper and sharper.
But here's the trap. We try to use that one tool, that sharp knife, for everything. We try to dissect our inspiration. We put our collaborations under a microscope. We try to perform surgery on our own emotions, on our relationship with our audience.
And what happens? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? You can't take a knife to a flower to figure out how it blooms. You'll just cut it to pieces. And that's exactly what you do to your creative life when that analytical knife is the only tool you use.
So, okay, after all that, after these 7 cruel truths, where are we? We're right where we need to be. We're standing face to face with the actual source of your creative power. 100%. That's it. That's how much of your creative experience is generated from within you. And look, this isn't some fluffy philosophical idea. This is the mechanics of life. This is the physics of being you. Nothing on the outside, not the algorithm, not the haters, not the view count, can actually touch the core of your creative experience. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to ask yourself, and be honest. Is what you're creating an attempt to get validation from the outside world? Or is it an expression of a joy that's already happening on the inside? Are you trying to get something, or do you have something to give? Because I promise you the answer to that question changes absolutely everything.